You are now in tune with broadband bullies. Let's go. Yeah, broadband bullies got a lot of juice. 4 different states, that's a lot of troops. Money coming in off the alley-oops. We split it 4 different ways, that's what family do. We hear them throwing shots, but they ain't prepared to shoot. We was raised in the game, every day we hoop. And I ain't talking controllers, homie. Even the cages in the hood couldn't hold us, homie. Animal. The left trigger got them focused on the send-off. Soon as they trigger the right button, then we pick them off. Never been a worker, always ordered the block. I ain't seen, I ain't heard, we avoided the cops. Kept a white girl, never shorted the shot. Reinvest in ourselves, never short on shots. Get it? Z told me about a lot of you niggas. Disrespectful with the tweets, I don't follow you niggas. My youngest about the clout, couple followers niggas, and I actually have them follow you niggas. Don't get it twisted.
Ladies and gentlemen, what's the deal, YouTube? It's your boy NextGen720, and I am back with another video. Breaking news. It looked like one of Sony's patents have got leaked. Post, you had post?
Yeah, I'm
I always tell them, like, sometimes the things that we talk about behind the scenes, but this is one of the conversations that we had behind the scenes. What's the name? Rich from UTech USA, he did the video about the Halo leaks, and I told you post, like, that's not a leak, that's just called a control leak. And they mentioned different SKUs. What was it? Dante, if I'm not mistaken, of the Series X.
Man, he mentioned a lot of them.
Well, hardware, but traditionally, it's basic business 101. If you guys don't know, I know once we're just about to get the Series X or in the PlayStation 5, but once those consoles are finished, or even before they're finished, they're already on their drawing board what they're going to put into their newer console, their next console. They don't just wait 2 years in. Oh, no, doesn't work. They automatically start on the drawing board what parts they can get for cheap. The R&D, they start with patents. But one of Sony's patents got leaked already online, and is hinting at a PS5 Pro. Now, I told Post can attest to this. When Rich started naming those different SKUs and different versions of the Series X or more powerful, I said it depends on what Sony's going to do, and most likely I told him Sony's going to release a PS5 Pro. Sony first party we're not worried about. Their games are going to look above and beyond. But again, like I said, we play more multi-plats than anything, and there is a difference. There will be a difference between the Series X and the PlayStation 5 when it comes to multiplayer. Now, whether Microsoft first party can get it up, so that's a different subject for a different day. But Post, like I said, something you leaked. But like I said, I told you about a week ago, whatever.
Yeah, we definitely talked about this.
I was just talking about. I need to start coming up telling the shit I know, but I don't be on it like that. We were just talking about it. But hold on, let me share my screen here. You got the article up in front of you?
I got the patent.
Let me see window capture. Let me get it up on my screen. All right, I got it up on my screen. Now, what's all this technical mumbo jumbo? Let's hear patent. It says scalable game console. You can see it, or
scalable game console, CPU and GPU designed for the home console and cloud gaming, and that lets you know that this is Sony stating that they're pretty much on the same path that Microsoft is on in terms of hardware and software and what they're going to be doing with their system and what they're going to do in the cloud. And what we have here is a multi-GPU setup. Usually you see this on the PC where you have GPUs in slap mode. You have people running 2080 Ti's and things like that. But the only difference is that most games are not programmed or made for dual GPUs. And I think if Sony gets a handle on this and get this in a PS5 Pro or PS6 and start having they develop coding around it, then in the future you'll start having games that's more programmed to run in a multi-GPU setup. But this is basically that either having two GPUs on the same die, or even having a SoC with multiple SoCs on that SoC. And then basically basically you're gonna have one GPU that's rendering one frame, and then you're gonna have the other GPU rendering the second frame, but different
It
data.
says here in a multiple. I'm sorry. See the abstract part right there in the first paragraph.
In a multiple in a multiple GPU simulation environment, frame buffer management may be implemented by multiple GPUs, rendering prospective frames of video, or by rendering respective portions of each frame of a video. One of the GPU controls the HDMI frame output by virtue of receiving frame information from the other GPU and reading out complete frames through a physically connected HDMI output port. Or the outputs of the GPUs can be multiplex together. So it's a lot of flexibility here. Either GPU can be running or controlling multiple things at the same time. It seems like the developers have a choice on what GPU do what. Even if you go down where they was talking about the first GPU, you have the first graphic processor unit. The second GPU communicates and is connected to the first GPU, and then wherein that GPU is programmed to render respective portions of the video, such as the first GPU renders the first portion of the video, and the second GPU renders the second portion of the video, but the data is different. It is all rendering different data. And depending on how powerful these two GPUs, you can get a lot of shit on screen. You can render. You're talking the possibilities right here. It's crazy.
But we're going to break it down in layman's terms. We talked about this a little bit on the Multiplayer Podcast. If you didn't catch the show, I'll leave the link down below. On the Multiplayer Podcast, and when Big Money said, we already at that point with realism, I just asked you, I said, what is AMD and NVIDIA, what they talking about, 20 T-flops, and this, that, and the other, right?
Their new cars are in the 22, 23 teraflop cards.
So we look at it like this right now, at a minimum. We gonna go because we still don't know the base clock speeds for the PS5, right? Well, we got the leaks, the AMD from the GitHub. I'm sorry, it was about 9 point something or whatever overclocked to 10. That's either the GPU will be running 10.2 or the CPU is variable. You know what I mean? Not both at the same time and not consistent. You know what I mean? When it needs to be, one can shoot up when it needs to be and come back down. But we still, like I said, they haven't really came out and said what the base clock speed. I'm going to say about 9.2, 9.3, right? Cool. So we're talking about a PS5 Pro, but then people like, damn, already, like we're just getting the PS5. I understand, but this is how business works. Once one is out the door, automatically start, patents and stuff for the next console. You know what I mean? If you saw Rich Review Text USA's video, he was talking about a new a Dante dev kit. That's just how the business works, right? Theoretically, I'm seeing at a minimum, if this is to be true, this is patent. I mean, on everything that gets a patent comes to fruition, but it is what it is. We say 9. I'm saying at a minimum, so I think they would go from 9. I don't see them meeting Microsoft at 12. That makes no sense. I'm saying maybe from 9 to maybe 14. But you're talking about dual GPUs.
Yeah, this is talking about, and see, the only thing with this is that they will have to create software around this, tools around this, to take advantage of this. And this not only bodes well for whatever next system they come out with, but this is a cloud initiative too. Microsoft is pretty much ahead of them in terms of
when I first
having cloud tech built into the SoC.
When I first saw it, but I didn't. I was driving, and I was going to McDonald's to get me a coffee, and I was said, so when I saw cloud console, I said, because again, Sony's, that's their new thing. We're giving you a PlayStation experience with or without the console, even with the PlayStation Now. What they're going to be let you download movies along with the games and Genius, or stream the movies along with the games. However, stream the movies, along with the game, and that is a way to separate them from quote unquote Game Pass, they're gonna have the movies, right? Yo,
Yeah, that'll be
yeah,
crazy. Yeah.
but like I said, but damn, I would say maybe 3 years in, you know, um,
Mhm.
and I don't like what so when the PS4 came out in 2013, right? We got the PS4
Yeah.
Pro in 2016, and some people may
Yeah.
stick with what they got. If this is the case, it's like you say, technology is forever moving forward. I won't even say this would be the last console because already AMD and Nvidia talking about 20 some odd damn T flops already. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So that 12 T flops. I mean, damn, you just imagine this at the start of the generation, or we was talking about damn 1.8 T flops, 8 gigs of RAM, this, that, and the other. Man, shit,
Yeah.
they passed that already.
I mean, even the fact that they're looking at something like this, I mean, it's a lot of issues that have come along with this. That's why I say the hardware, the software has to scale with
What if
it.
it's like this though?
And
What about you? What if it's like maybe like PC, right? And where
Mhm.
you have like on the PlayStation 3, you could take the top off and put a extra, put in a bigger hard drive, whatever the case may be. What if it's something like that where you can click in?
Oh, you talking about modular, where you can add a
You know
GPU
what
or
I mean?
something?
Because here's, just going forward, but Sony, because they companies say one thing and then come out and do another, right?
Yeah,
If we're talking about, because Sony said they still believe in generations now, but at some point we're going to start to blur the lines. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
yeah,
And it's one thing PC has on their side is that your library, more or less, you still have your library, right?
yeah.
But multiple GPUs. Damn, that shit, man, that shit's crazy.
That's crazy. I do see this from a cloud perspective. It makes sense because you like Microsoft said, one Series X SoC can render four Xbox One S games at the
Uh huh.
same time. So it from a cloud perspective, this makes sense. If you're putting this in a blade, if you got the SoC with either multiple GPUs or multiple SoCs on that
So
one
see, maybe
chip,
their next console
then
may be
it
a cloud-based console,
yeah,
and
a lot of games and at the same time. But if putting this in the console, that's crazy. See, like I said, they got a lot of software to rewrite. But if they can get it right, it'll not only push gaming forward in terms of putting developers in a space where they can develop games for multiple
yeah,
GPUs, but it'll push it forward in the PC space for people who have multiple GPUs that's really not really being used because games are not built
yeah. It
for them.
says the background. It said
Yeah.
the fields the application relates generally to scalable game console, CPU, and GPU designs from home consoles and cloud gaming. Simulation consoles such as a computer game console typically uses a single chip, referred to as this SoC system on chip that contains central
Yeah.
processing unit, the CPU, and the graphics processing unit. The GPU do the semiconductor scaling. So I guess would they still be done with SoCs, multiple small chips, high speed,
Yeah,
well, such as
yeah. It'll be. That's why I said it's like a SoC with multiple systems on a chip on that SoC. You know what I'm saying? Because you still, yeah. I think for every GPU you got to have a. Because I know that you're not gonna have two GPUs and then one CPU trying to give out orders for both GPUs. I think that it'll be multiple CPUs and GPUs on the die. The CPU there is just to keep time to let them know when the GPU is asking for something. It says 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This one the GPU needed. So the CPU is there to keep time. But that's what I'm saying. I think it's gonna be multiple SoCs on a chip. And that's crazy. And the conversation we was having the last show when Big Money talking about, man, graphics, we had to you ain't had to stop. Technology is still in the space where it can grow way beyond what we got right now. He can't even fathom what we can go to. You know what I'm
mm-hmm.
saying? And we're gonna see some amazing things this year. He'd say we gonna get blown away this
Mm-hmm.
next generation. But whether this come in the Pro or the six, um, this if they can pull it off with the multiple GPUs,
Mm-hmm.
that'd be crazy. That'd be
Yeah.
crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy, man.
Well,
Wow.
ladies and gentlemen, we not rumors, but set behind the scene, most likely Sony will be releasing the PS5 Pro.
I don't think they're gonna do that variable thing for too long.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah,
That very people would say they look they if they had another choice, they will go with them sustain numbers that Microsoft
sustain
has.
is always
They
better.
had a choice.
It is what it is. But
It is.
like we always said, Sony's first party, they're gonna do amazing things with their hardware.
With it, yeah.
And how you say Sony can do more with less, and it's up to Microsoft to get their first party in tune and in check. But yeah, it looks like they will be releasing the PS5 Pro. Maybe 3 years in. I don't think. Like again, I don't think the hardcore. Because again, if Sony's number one selling console and even Microsoft, it's not the Xbox One X or the PS4 Pro, it's the Slim, or the Xbox One S. You know what I mean? Some people may not upgrade. Some people may just keep with what they got. You know me, I want my motherfucking face to melt. So more power the better. So 3 years, hey man, look, I'm saying like this right before we get the hell up out of here. You may not feel like you need it right now, right? But after 3 years, it ain't gonna be no big deal. I'm trying to tell you how it works. You know what I mean? Like, damn, I just got my X. I just got my cool. You know what I mean? But shit, that new shit come out, baby. You know what I mean? See, I knew what you meant. 45,000 times. You know what I mean? Yeah. Hey, ladies and gentlemen. If you know what goes on behind the scenes, baby, you guys will be I'm telling you, man, some crazy shit. But anyway, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Will you be willing to shell down another $500-$600 to get a PS5 Pro? Would you keep what you got throughout this whole generation? Let me know what you think in the comment. Hit the like button. Have you yet to subscribe, please do so. I'll be back later on today, probably about 4 or 5 o'clock with a show. I want to talk about the Halo, the multiplayer. I want to talk about...
Yeah, you was right on that too. That man, if they only knew the talks behind scenes.
Hey, Post, you arguing me now, my brother. I told Post, what did Microsoft? When did they have their show? Oh, when did I do that show with Rand?
Hey,
I forgot. Whenever I did that show with Rand, but I know I told your ass probably about a month or two before that the Halo multiplayer most likely is gonna be free to play. And you argued, no, they can't change that.
And when I posted, you was like, post. Now I told you, post, but you gonna go in there and believe that white Christian.
So as the camera went off, we got to talking to Rand. Rand said, I'm hearing that. For real? What? Hey, post, I told you that shit got 2 months ago. It's gonna be free to play.
I'll take that.
Hey, no, but know what I need to start doing? Hold up. I hear stuff all the time, ladies and gentlemen. This is all facts. I need to because I just don't be caring. Actually, I'm not gonna lie. I don't be wanting the aggravation either. When I jumped out, it happens like this. Had I known what I know now, I wouldn't even jumped out there with the PS4 Neo and the Project Scorpio. You understand the heat I got behind the scenes behind that shit right there. You know what I mean? Like, you have no idea. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers ain't gonna believe it anyway if they choose to do so. But I had all types of people coming at me, man. You know what I mean? Like it was crazy. You know what I mean? But yeah.
We got a lot of stuff to talk about.
So
the president of Sega just stepped down. President of Sega.
Good thing. He need to get the hell up out of here. But no. You got to work today, Post? Or you off or?
No.
All right. So boom, we gonna talk about the NFL 2K. We're gonna talk about the Halo.
Yes.
We're gonna talk about something else that came out.
And you might be vindicated on that.
I know, right? Finally, right? We're gonna talk about a few things about 4 or 5 o'clock. We're gonna link back up and make it happen. But anyway, if you like I said, if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think. We want to upgrade. We out of here.
Yes,
damn, I'm vindicated now. About time, right?